Do we celebrate American independence on the right day? Well, it wasn't the day that the founding fathers thought we would celebrate. It was on July 2nd, 1776, that the Continental Congress voted to approve the Lee Resolution, or declare independence from Great Britain. July 4th, 1776, was the day that the Continental Congress formally adopted the Declaration of Independence. After the printing of the Declaration in pamphlets for the first time, it was the 4th of July date that stuck with the popular imagination. Many founders, including John Adams, thought Americans would celebrate July 2nd as Independence Day going forward, not the 4th of July. Adams wrote in a letter to his wife Abigail, "The second day of July 1776 will be the most memorable epoch in the history of America. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade from this time forward, forevermore." So we've reached a landmark birthday in American history, the 250th. And what does that mean to me? We are a unique nation with a complex and fascinating history. And one of the things that makes us unique is that we are a creedal nation, or a nation of a creed. That's what binds us together. That's what unites us, is this belief and a creed that most of us share. We're not unified by having one particular ethnic group, religion, or even specific constant geographic boundaries that many other nations have. In our founding, in the early days, we had there was already cosmopolitan, with people of different ancestries, with blacks fighting for the revolution, with people of Germanic descent, English descent, Scottish descent. There were Jews, there were Catholics, there were Protestants, there were Quakers. There was a lot of different groups there from the very beginning. So it's the creed that unites us. And you can find our original creed that unites us, in our founding documents. We have certain values that have been outlined in the Declaration of Independence and in the constitutions, and that's what unites us. What most Americans believe, and that what those who immigrate here, what also they believe too. It's our words, our values, our creed. They're inspirational and aspirational too. We hold these truths to be self evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That, of course, written by Thomas Jefferson in the Declaration of Independence, and that's what our promise is as America, as a country. We're also the first post Enlightenment nation. We are descendants of the Enlightenment, which put reason and logic at the center of the human endeavor instead of superstition and kings. We've not always lived up to the words of the Declaration and Constitution. We excluded from the beginning American Indians, women, blacks, and others. But we strive. We strive to be better. We strive to live up to the words in the Declaration. We have debated what the meanings of those words are, what it means to be an American, and who's included, who's excluded. We continue to debate that. And when we're doing well, we have those debates civilly, reasonably, ethically. When we're struggling, those debates turn to violence, to bloodshed, even to civil war. We try to uphold these important words, but sometimes we fail to do that. Our history has been filled with us trying to follow those words, and it took Abraham Lincoln to remind us, in the midst of our greatest trial, the Civil War, in his Gettysburg address, to remind us of our commitment to the Declaration of Independence. I'm proud to be an American, and I love this country. Our country is made up of millions of hardworking, giving, loving people who are doing their best every day to help their communities. Our nation is also filled with immense and diverse natural and cultural beauty. And I really hope you have a chance to go out and see it, whether it's at a national park or a state park. Go see some wildlife, go to a museum if you can. It's awe inspiring. We've also had some terrible moments as a country, too. Trying times like slavery, the treatment of American Indians, Jim Crow, imperialism, the robber barons, Vietnam, the My Lai massacre. We've struggled with corruption and political divisiveness. But many nations have done that. But we've had some great moments, too. We've built a democratic republic with an economy that's the envy of the world, offering the promise of freedom and prosperity to millions, and to people who want to come here, to new immigrants. We've helped to save the world during World War II, freeing much of the planet from fascism and genocide. We went to the moon. We've done a lot of exciting things. So I remain optimistic about who we are and about our future. But when I reflect on our 250 years as a nation, which is not all that long as a country, I don't really think about patriotic songs like the Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA or performative flag waving. I don't think about those things. Instead, I think about Ava Kor and a story that she once told. Ava Kor was a Holocaust survivor who was from Terre Haute, Indiana, or settled in Terre Haute, Indiana, after immigrating to the United States. She was in Auschwitz in the waning days of World War II, and she knew that the Germans were losing and that there wasn't a lot of time left in the war, and the Allies were winning. But she was hoping that she would make it, that she would survive until the camp was liberated, and that she had seen so many of her friends and family members who were killed, murdered during the course of the war. But she was holding out hope that she would survive. So she gave a talk one time and she talked about those last moments of the war, the last few days of the war. And at one point, she saw an American fighter plane flying over the camp with the American flag emblazoned on its side. And she had talked about what that flag represented to her, what that meant to her. It meant freedom, it meant safety, it meant hope, it meant freedom from the horrors of genocide. Quite frankly, I think she has an understanding of what that flag means that most of us, including me, don't really have. It's different. But her talking about what that means to her is quite powerful. Ava Kor would survive Auschwitz, would later escape from communism as well as from the Nazis and fascism. And she made her way to the United States, started a successful company. As I said, settled in Terre Haute, Indiana, started a Holocaust museum there that still operates and tries to keep alive the message and the importance of studying the Holocaust. And so, to me, that is what America should celebrate on its 250th anniversary is stories like that one. Um, hey, do me a favor, hit those like and subscribe buttons. I hope you have a happy and safe 4th of July. See you next time on The Desperate Historian.